That definitely looks very fantastic. Dusk used to be your thing. Pretty looking shader. Skadoodle, because that plate is making a yellowish light on there, which double looks like the tracing. Here in Minecraft we can make videos from Red Dead with this going really fast. Or clouds, I shall say. Ray tracing, this is really weak. It doesn't go far with that one. Well, that one, of course, it does. And of course, it's seen when looking away, and that definitely looks more like ray tracing as they like slide beat it. After taking a while now to read up on new things about the status update of how update cycles will now go for the Fuzless game, it's of course safe to say that game might just basically die again, as it will get even rarer updates. Which will of course happen until the game is finally all finished with its early accessness. So now that game will kind of die again. There was once a time Fezless user did die for most a whole year or two or whatever. Maybe it was longer than a year. Then there started being more updates until then the game was to be getting more updates frequently after it had been dead for a while. Now it'll kind of happen again. You guys know how they minus time? I don't even know how to do it. Therefore, it's time to ask for a bow. And so in the first next year of 2026, Fezless game will basically have its very last ever update of new things. And then the game will go silent and kind of die for maybe longer than a year again. It's supposed to say minus D or something like that. Scat munchers are still enjoying the sunburn risks that'll happen to them. No, it's complicated. Of all things, we're nuts. Clearly that's not really how it actually worked. Let's make negative numbers. It didn't work. The king of the hill, Minecart. If you look up today, you're going to see a Bink video playing right before your eyeballs do. Without the eye part. Yeah, Bink video. It's easy. It's the one called Softbox, seems like. And I was seeing the one called Approximators. How the sun goes down over there, but then it pops up all the way over there. Oh, that looks as to watch the clouds move along. John says move along at you. Kind of of looks similar to GTA 5's Sky. New Skidoo we can also. Never said that ever since, well, Jan. Him Shader pack performs kind of badly with some 4K. May not look like it, but that's stuttery performance. Stutter and me all that. Well, now it's being the top Baugen. Because 4K. 4K. That looks like the Dust Bowl event. It doesn't look like nighttime. It's day specific. Time cycles from Rage games. And then that doesn't look like it over there. So it's very much randomized. You have to spectate Alex to see the same thing Alex is looking at. I'm trying to change the mode to spectate. I always make it and try typing just spectator as a command. I am very much used to some L42. Proxima shader pack look pretty. It just might be the one. They're kids. It would seem if there was ever a mod, or we could simply hold a button just to simply control that game's time cycle. Make things easier. So much for night's time. Yeah, it looks like it's getting dark. So that's why it was looking kind of bright. There's air pollution that's been added to that game before GTA 6 happened. Yeah. Or the world celebratory event. I like the light pollution. Then that looks so similar to Red Dead right there, doesn't it? Not sure does. Sure look like the way it looks in Red Dead when it's very early daytime-ish time. Pretty shader pack. That definitely looks like Red. You try to see if I've heard that Ray tracing before. Kind of nutty butters how that just definitely does look similar to Red Dead. In fact, it may look exactly like that game, as I know my that game that much. You know that looks basically exactly like it. You can see in real time their performances seeing the same exact thing. I see. Speaking of seeing things, some get out of there. This is boring. We want to say Purdy. Pretty looking sky. Pretty early daytime. That just might be the one. This is own. And it comes with a pack of an own. Ha. Oh, and hey look, the sunlight that shines there also makes a global illumination light, just like good old ray tracing would do. So now let's see what that one looks like compared to that. The sun isn't even there. That pack. But that looked pretty. Pretty. His performance keeps randomly getting really bad. I thought of anatomies. The speckles, definitely. It's like ray tracing. So much for Earth's 5090. He's the one. Therefore you should slap lead in his head. Well, I'll just look like a bunch of speckles. The performance gets really terrible when he goes in the cursed taps. The cursed taps of low frame rates. And then it gets better when he's not in there anymore, like it's toxic that's making him see things. Next house. Just definitely it wasn't in the normal mince raft light. Cursed house of bad performance for 4K. And it was even bad performance for 1080p specifically when there was the other competitor. So it has to not be 4K and then it performs perfectly good. With millions of W's, we want our Purdy back. What would Dead be like when you play the game and make him turn it from daytime to nighttime, like nighttime, daytime? We want the Purdy to come back. Now it's sunset. Pretty. The sun is where the birdie at. Therefore, it should progress slower now. The only downside about that shader pack, unlike the other ones, is that the ray tracing will only do its thing when they see the light source, which is kind of risky. Yucky sauce. That's puking sauce. That's vomit sauce. It's time to see the birdie today. Invisible. I just now became bi. Maybe something got a little messed up there. Let's reset that pack. No, it's like the sunlight shining. That's because of the sun being covered by clouds, and that's all along with it. That's weird. It only casts when there's that much of a window. Also, there's no global illuminati coming from that now. Ooh, that looks. Well, there's that noise. There. I kind of have to see what that would now look like with the world of our house. So Alex is out. I had to make sure what it said on the strip, because from this angle all I saw was the A slightly cut in half, and it's shaped kind of like letter U, and then there's M, C, and A. It's time to join that game. The port has to be 1111, something like that. The whole thing about it all is great, but then it looks kind of like there's still normal that game lighting, which kind of ruins it. Back to the server. Not the most impressive looking thing in the world. In fact, this is better than that. The Soothsayer was the best one for sunlight making global illumination. Scary noise, someone get out of here. Oh, of course he'll stay. Why would he not want to? I know there's no one here eating the food. Of course the way that one looks. With actual light going in there, looking just like the Earths we know. It's such a shame that for a shader pack has to be so Patreon strict. So in order to get it, we'll have to hope that there's made some site where we can download it. Cloudy with a chance of viruses. Looks like a foodie has got a whole lot of food on the table to eat. Yay. Good it is for him. Item usage says the my character has an entry for grass block. This is one. The stats are reset again. It's so very software-tastic. Yeah, nothing could beat the ways of how that shader pack looks. Like my stats reset. Diamond sword has 2 uses. No high is not showing it anymore. That's baloney. Who knows if that's very accurate to real life, but then. It's like source game graphics. That's so unrealistic. It's like he has to be in the shine of the lights to see it all look like that. It's Tiddles the Turtles. Meanwhile, the shader just definitely looks the absolute best of all of the other ones. That's worst ever with those, because they barely have any kind of light. turtle. It's Titties the turtle. That's what I've been thinking about. So of course that's what it is. You like it? Or would you not like it? So with this shader, only this the lighting itself coming from in there is very global, but surely it's not like it's going to reflect because of that beam of light on the ground. I know that it did do it, but there is no orange-ish lighting or whatever. The Canine Lodge is here. It didn't even appear at all. Yeah, no, it did. Canine Lodge is here. You need to go in and visit the Canine Lodge. Yeah. And then that one has all of that light seen in it. Honestly, the performance is bad, even though that is not 4K. It must be an 5090 thing. The proxy is performing like a potato. It look good, but it also don't look good when you don't see lights and don't make any lights. You can actually look at them and see them. For them to actually make any light in there. And to him, it'll look kind of flickery. For some reason, it's spooky. Boo. Bees. You know, with soft voxels light, it actually looks pretty good for how much light's in it. It's over there and just may look like real life. It's actually very purple in there. It's because of the indie rods, they make purplish light. Just if only there ever would be RTX graphics in that kind of a graphic. Whatever indirect light is compared to direct light. That's just something different. Angry men. Madmen. It's the Furiation gamer. And he enjoys being mad for eternation. Therefore he is the Furiation gamer. And his middle name is Angry. Canine Lodge will be decommissioned in a few moments, so they better enjoy their time there while they can. Oh, the direct light is light from a light source, while indirect light is the bouncing off light off of objects. No, we know. Concrete powder emission. Ew. It's a shiny light source block. Yay. They should have done it with the concrete blocks instead of that, but oh yeah. Because hey look, now it's actually tolerable light, finally doable in that game. Kind of like with none other than the ray tracing graphics. Who knows, maybe that's definitely now the best shader of them all. It'd be like a Chora smell voices sound. Alex signed off of the server. Now that Alex is gone forever. Speaking of being gone, it's time for her canine lodge to be decommissioned. So bye-bye to Canine Lodge, while that looks until the very moment all that light fades away. Canine Lodge dream ended a minute ago. Spooky winter rose. There's still distractions. It may take a long time for the beginning to fully repair, and then all of that mostly wood thereafter. That was the most of an hour video. Let's see how ginormous it'll be. It's only 16 gigabytes. Not bad, Morgan. That place has kind of the same-ish looking sky as the OV world. That's a status update of how it's all doing. Great wolf time. Let's go to Great Wolf time and see. Let's go there and see. We should just kind of get go. That's faster. Here's how much longer the server will last doing that. Oh, that looks. It looks nice until the darkness desaturates everything. Now that's fluffy. So far, server didn't die. And then looky there, what happens? It died. Dead. Oh, it just needs to repair already. Videos of how their quality won't drop on you unless you want it to go back. And that's your choice. It's like the way the lighting looks is it depends on where the character's cam angle is. So if he's there, then goes over there is a bunch of red light. And this has always been there. It was always been there. Also that's 4K by the way. It performs like that, but motion blur will save the day. You just been videos that are still saying that they're processing. There's 3 videos saying they're still processing. There's 4 videos that still say they're processing. Ha. And now that stream is almost in a few moments of times will be 13 hours long. Just go for it and make the tick rate go really high for some time and see what happens. So it's a big video. Now I wonder what the compress level y'all set it to. It made it sound not so bad. Maybe it was 6. Just so happens it refused to bink it. Lucky for me, the OBS Studio has a feature called Remux. Or of course they can take the very data from a video and basically convert it into another file type with the exact same file size and all that good stuff. It's magic. So as if it can binkify it. Weird. Still failed. Perhaps Bing video is broken or something. kind of chungus of that Gamehouse server is mentioning when a Moby Max gets slayed by another one. But mentioned the Witterbonitons from the Spooky Backrooms dimension being slayed by the Metal Column. So fragmented MP4 is apparently the best format to use. And of course, when it's a video that's filming, it's bitsy bobbing as it goes. Well, something like an MP4 would, well, of course, be susceptible to data losses. It's MP4 while it's the way it is. So I better use that from now on.
It was 3,000 kbps. It may not look that.
But don't forget that just like Source Games, even Coffee Minecraft generates junky logs, which is gross when all the games have to make their logs pure. Hopefully we need to delete all log files ever. How it's an MP4 file, it's the universal format-ish video type. It's a globally supported video type. Literally everything that's anything in this video will support it. Seems like even though the server closes after a tick rate is too high for some time, it seems like it'll still save what was done. The progress of all that rebuilding just speeds up until it has to restart. I shall try and re-get that. Mr. Claus got slayed by the Witterboniton. not seemingly able to open videos. It's in file not found. Unless it's the name. Bink 2 HDR is an option. Ew. HDR. Good thing that competitor supports that. Ew. I want HDR. Oh, there we go. This didn't work. I don't even know why it won't work anymore. Surely it works for the A18. Sure does. I shall delete that and make it reinstall again. Or should just install in the right directory, that's the default. Try downloading a video from the tube and see if it works. So it definitely is speeding up the process of all that rebuilding. Decreased a few slow repairing layers by at least 3 since it's been doing that. It doesn't work. This I don't get to use the Bing video converting thingy anymore. Let's see, I'll reinstall it. Oh no, I just did. It'll take a painfully long time to upload a video, but I definitely want to do it. Even if it means making the competitor have to sit there all day long, multiple days. It's all because of the media player. Who knows? I just have no idea why it's not working. Whatever it might be saying. It just rips it. very dumb. Hopefully with my shiny future MSI Stealth A18 AI Plus, it wouldn't do that. And it would actually work. Unless it's Norton's fault. Well, guess it doesn't work. A better way to just get it over with than to give up. Guess I don't get to use being video maker anymore. I, of course, made it reinstall it, it still didn't work. Here's why with that and there being something like online joining this not working with anything that's very server-ish. This has to be that compiler is just kind of ruined for some weird reason. There's just something about it that doesn't feel the same as it used to seem. It's time for him to check up on the progress that has been made. It's getting there. Even when we went to see the movie, I didn't equip the Wii tube. I still made my shirt reveal for the photo of the movie poster, the basic looking one. If it even was supposed to look like that. oh, it was because I wanted to make a screenshot and then I accidentally made a video instead. Still, somebody should use their health kit grinding like they're low quality. Like they're low everything. But it'd be very juicy to have a very much low resolution monitor. One only native would be better than something higher trying to be lower. We could just do something with commando cubes, so it could be repaired. So commando cubes can't do it. Well, now there's an MOV file and it's working. Doing it now. I thought it would never work at all. Spooky Bink videos. Everyone knows the golden rule of thumb when you get spooked out. It's dead now. There's no such thing as rushing when you got fuzzy in your face. That's that video as a Spooky Bink video. So that one did work. Actually, read and write cycles happen with all of that because there's a file responsible for it, but we shouldn't be scared about that. Besides, this would last a lifetime. It's normally dark, but the company shell shader pack made it look really bright and full of light. Really, that sounds. I thought the quality of Bink videos would look ugly, but that actually looks kind of good for a Bink video's quality. That's basically a fancier, more iconic way of a compressed video. Now it comes with a pack of uncompressed sound. Someone's gotta like their spooky Bink videos and their spooky Bink audio. At least, unlike we're dead, there's Guitar 5. Now, it can, of course, have more deal-with-able Bink videos. Like the case of the TV shows doing it. And they'd also have sound. I shall try 7. We can keep the compilation that's been made. So it's like it's building the file as it goes. Hence why it takes a long time to do. We're getting there, says Pickle the Mickle in US 3. And now the server been overloaded to the point in which it dead. Spooky big video. It definitely saved what was been done so far. Also, Aggies. It seems like there's a Bink too. So I should try 8. It's all starting to come together now. There are separate layers rebuilding. Really disturbing. The piece is a crime in real life, and we sure heard about it plenty of times. We might need to consider bed. Maybe this time we could wakey not just strictly at the 5 unless we could really do it, but if not then the 6. It should be perfectly at to the 6, which would give an extra 30 minutes from the time just being at the 5 to wakey. it's Bill has different power over the pilot. It's set to balanced. We need to make that room in Minecraft, but still slaggies. That's not that tough. Multiple victims just got killed by a nuclear jelly bean. And their lives flashed before their eyes. Except they didn't flash because they couldn't see their life flash when they instantly died. Lots of bloody guts exploded everywhere. Spooky Bing video. It always sounded, of course, with those also one of the cave sounds, but there is spooky compressed sound, which isn't great. So now we can finally use things to do all of that. If we want to do it with sound, then we have to use the PCK Studio thingy, and as for videos, we can just use the normal thing you've been using. No, I need that again if I already have it. It was, of course, what was used for the console Minecraft to get its custom skin packs and whatnot. I should just get it again. Unhandled exception. More stuff that won't work. That's two things that won't work, says the cheese. Very warm all of the cheese. You know what a cheese does to make a living. He has a job. Do not let the server overheat and die. It needs to just speed up already with all that rebuilding, plus having dreams is what we should do. It sounds kind of spooky. Like some really low bit rate sounds. Too bad there never be anything like some online thingy being able to turn videos and sound files into their respective Binkity versions whenever in the phone or something like that. Hey, like Bink Video did upload to the tube. Spooky Bink Video. It's 480p. Low quality is still open. Any takers? Question mark. First come, first served. Dishes are best served cold. Ha. Those who take it have to be whatever the word is, they have to lock in, commit. Yep. Liker must commit to it, not wimp away at a very gross concept of future proofing. What other videos might work with some Bink Video? No videos made by OBS Studio can even work. So no go to game clips. I remembered the very concept that is the reindeer being ridden by kids. I thought that would work. Thought I had it there. A game clip video and it still didn't work. So nothing more than movie files work, I guess. and it was working with downloaded videos from the tube. Decided to just try with something like one of the game clips from the OS5. The tube still has some secrets hidden within every uploaded video that's downloaded. And special properties still that just didn't work. Haha, maybe I was right. There was one video that I tried it with and it still didn't work, and now that one just so happens to, unless there's a time limit. Long videos can't do it anymore, and you can only do it with short ones. Either that or I was right about the theory that the tube still very deeply integrates a downloaded video with all its special properties intact. But you get to take a 720p copy home with you, which is disgusting. We can't get the full original videos back. B-roll Vine video. Let's hear it. That's too much. Angry Gamer's name finally is seen. No shaders have quite great performance. Well, now finally the layer that's really high up is now rebuilding. There still looks to be bunches of more layers even far below the lave layers that has to rebuild to. It's such a giant mess that will recover over time as each day goes and the server is open and running. So I set the compression thingy to 9. At least now we finally know the secret of why something like the bean sounded very weird. Or even the sounds of the character replacing wood and cuboids. So if we found the exact level of the compression, we could make more of the modern Minecraft sounds do it. And a resource pack about none other than the OS3 edition sounds be good as to do that soon. That would sure be great to have every sound in the game supported by the low qualityness. Maybe you could just make a shutdown timer, but then the compiler would have to be open. When it's open, then particles will get inside its speakers. Dirties will build up and spawn on it somehow. It sounds like things are building faster now, which is a good sign. It actually sounds really fast now. Something the way that now sounds. Now let's listen to the real sound from the game. Sounds pretty identical to the real thing. That. Spooky, all those low quality sounds. So maybe the compression is a little bit lower, maybe 7. It sounds worse. So 6 was the perfect one that sounded like the real thing, and then 7 sounds like that. You still know what the sound is, maybe. Or in lots of years you'll surely still know what it is. unless it compressed the compressed one, and that's why it sounded like that. That sounds like 8K sound quality. I'm gonna try 7 again. So hopefully there was something that could open the files. Joseph Turtle was slayed by his scary monster. This is just really bad. Therefore 6 is the best level